All right, guys, we are here at the Tenwood house. And this is the street it's on. It is a dead end at the end. At the front of this street, well, I shouldn't say the front, where that stop sign is, way down there, there is looks like maybe a junkyard or maybe it's a car repair place, but there are a lot of cars. And then, it's all fenced in and everything, but you cannot see it from this house. But I did want to let you know that it is there. And this street actually looks like the houses are all being remodeled. I mean, the siding and everything looks really good here. And then, some of these houses here, you can see, they're revitalizing the neighborhood, which is great. And this is considered West Knoxville, which is really desirable, especially if you did want to rent it out. But yeah, let's take a look. So you do have this little driveway here. Vinyl looks really good there. You do have some damage here on the side of the garage, which is actually very common. Here on the side, again, the siding looks pretty good. Looks like maybe a portion was replaced up here. The coloring's a little different, which again isn't really that uncommon. You're on a crawl space, so you have the ventilation there. Got a large AC unit. Lennox is the brand. And the yard is very flat. I mean, it's a slight grade from the back towards the house, so you might want to do a little French drain, make sure that water's not getting close to the house, but you would definitely know with a crawl space if there's water getting into the foundation. So that's something for an inspector to take a look at. But from the outside, I don't see any red flags. Got stucco on the bottom there to cover up the blocks. Cute little front porch. Okay, so you walk into the living room. It's vaulted, which makes it look even larger than it is. Looks like they have done paint touch-ups throughout. Do have a little shadowing up here and then a little bit here. So, inspector can definitely see if the roof was replaced or if it was fixed. Or it could just be smoke or dirt. It doesn't smell like smoke in here. It does smell like a little bit of pet residue, but I think with a really good cleaning, that could go away. And then the floors look like they're either brand new or newish. Now this is your garage. You've got a couple steep steps here, and then you've got a long garage. Definitely could put some storage hanging racks here. You've got your water heater in the corner. Bradford white. Here's your crawl space access and your electrical panel. We've got a front bedroom here, right across. Not a bad size. Baseboards in here, they're a little banged up, but nothing, a little cleaning and paint couldn't really help. Looks like they probably tried to paint them and didn't do a great job. Kind of like a mauve-ish gray color throughout the house. Here's your laundry room. Here is your other bedroom. This one's a little smaller than the one that we were just in. Put that little chair rail around, kind of makes it feel like an office. Or it definitely could be a kid's room, nursery, things like that. All right, here's your first full bath. You just got the simple tub shower combo. Very clean, which is good. I don't see any big water stains or anything like that. You've got your air return, you've got your doorbell. They have a Nest to control the thermostat. This would be considered the primary. Definitely larger than the other bedrooms by far. And then it has the walk-in closet, which is great. I put some shelvings up there. And then you've got a small bathroom, one sink, a little walk-in shower here again. This has a little, looks like there was a hole there. So they filled that with, yeah, it's like a flexi putty kind of thing. Temporary fix, as long as water doesn't get in. Should be good to not have to replace the whole thing. Let's see. As far as the flooring, you know, which is not uncommon, especially if you're in a crawl space, there are some gaps around the baseboard and the floor. And because a crawl space isn't always 100% flat, because, you know, there can be dips or maybe some areas that need some more support underneath, the floor itself feels sturdy to me, but I can see that there are some gaps. And there's kind of that gap again that I was talking about, just the baseboard to the floor. All right, sorry, I was just walking to see if I felt any dips in the floor there. Okay, so here is your eat-in kitchen area. Okay, so that's a nice space there. And you've got stainless steel appliances, Frigidaire, and Whirlpool. Looks like they're all Whirlpool except the dishwasher, so likely that has been replaced. I like that you've got the window, bringing in some light here. That's your view of the neighbor's nice mowed yard. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be actually in really good shape. You know, some cosmetic things could go a long way. I'll take a look at the backyard for you. So it goes directly out to a concrete slab here, which would be great for a grill. You've got electricity. So yeah, the last owners or renters had kids. And so like I said, it just slightly grades towards the house, but you know, if you put a little French drain right here, that would be sure to keep everything away. Pretty fairly easy to do. But it is fenced in, which is great for the dogs. You do have some damage here on some of the vinyl. That happens a lot with mowers, weed eaters. Do you have a small crack here in the corner? And again, that'd be something for an inspector to take a look at. Vinyl just needs a good power washing. And it looks like a little area here was replaced. Could have been the grill was right here and made a large stain. But yeah, I can't really see the roof, so that would be something. I mean, I would definitely cut this tree down, or I think this is, yeah, I don't know if it's a bush or a tree, but either way, I would take that down because it is going into the gutters right here. So that would be good to get out here. And then you have some broken drainage, which again, that's an easy fix, but just to have the water flow away from the house instead of letting it sit right there by the base. But yeah, so the only concerns would be, you know, the roof, the foundation, you know, getting those double checked out with those, you know, kind of darker spots in some areas. And then that little crack on the corner there. But all in all, I think it is a good house. Right here, I do feel a little dip here in the floor. So they could need to add some support, but it's not all throughout the house. Yeah, I think this would be really nice and easy to move into, minimal things to be done if those big items, you know, are in good standing condition. All right, let me know what you think.